Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host, Zacchaeus and the Fifth General. What up, Zacchaeus?
Hey, so good to be here. Good to be here.
Last week was a really good episode, man. Shout outs to Mr. Wesley.
Oh, yes. Yard chat.
Oceans.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fire episode, man.
Yes, people enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. Yeah.
Some good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll definitely have the brother on again.
For sure.
Yeah. Last week we talked about Diddy sentencing, but we spent also most of the show talking about why the growing numbers of men choosing to be single and not have marriages and families, and what's causing that. I feel like there's more to it. We can go on about that.
Yeah.
Something like that deserves like a series.
Yeah, yes.
It's not just one answer, although we did come up with a couple of things. But as I watched the episode, because I had watched our episode, quiet as kept. I don't always watch the playback all the time, only because I know what we did. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. But this particular show, I played this back a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
The perfectionist side of me told me to watch this video. Also, I enjoyed it because we have a guest. When we have guests, we have a third perspective that we don't normally have.
Yes.
So it actually adds to the show. And it allows me just to be a moderator and not really do a lot of talking. But I did admire the perspective that Mr. Wesley had.
Yes.
And there are some things we missed. So we'll address that more with some topics. Right now, we're going to get into what everybody else is talking about. So recently, Ayesha Curry went on a podcast called Call Her Daddy, right? And, she spoke some things about marriage life, kind of a continuation of what she spoke on when she was on the Jada Pinkett Smith show, Red Table Talk years ago. And in the other interviews that Ayesha Curry's had, she's been on the Real. She's been on several things, been on several platforms, discussing her life and her life with Steph, her life with the kids. Steph, on the other hand, doesn't do interviews. Steph is not known to really be on interviews like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
He just cares about his image a little differently. And I can understand why. There's a lot at stake for Steph. Steph could say the wrong thing and he could lose all his money.
Yes.
So that's he's that's just how he chooses to play it. I respect that because people should know a lot of stuff is nobody's business.
Right.
But Ayesha Curry is the window has opened the window for the public to see into their marriage, because before that there was no voice doing that. It's her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to speak on that, and we're going to give our take on, how do men in the world feel about this? How should they deal with this?
Right.
Zacchaeus, you're a married man. You can give your perspective as a married man.
Yeah.
I'm not married. So these are the perspectives you get from me and Zacchaeus. Until I'm married, I'm the perspective of not being married. He's married. But Zacchaeus was once not married before, so he can still speak from a perspective back in the day.
Yes.
Nothing will negate, what he's, what his experience is.
Yeah.
So my bad, Zacchaeus. I was just speaking on your behalf in terms of that.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into it. Sorry. Before I get into the main topics, hey man, anything you want to say? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Unless you just want to go ahead and just go.
I guess I would say this.
Okay.
Looking at we can get into the meantime with Steph Curry's wife and everything, but there's, I want to tell men and women out there too, there is love out there some way, somehow. You may not find it like right away. You may not find it immediately, but if it's in God's will and God's purpose in your life, you will find it. you can find that person that complements you, that brings I guess an add-on, not a subtraction, but an add-on to your life.
Yeah.
So so introduction, yes. All there is hope out there for the ones that's looking for love, and the one that's hoping to find love. There is hope out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may address that later on. So hold that out there. I may actually address that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get into the show. So we're gonna get into a part of the interview of Ayesha Curry's just recently had.
Yeah.
So let's pull it up. We're gonna give our opinion. Presentation wise, I thought the interview was very well thought out, man. I mean, whether I agree or disagree with what she says, I want to give respect to the woman. I don't know her name, but the host of the podcast. I mean, the presentation looks good.
Oh wow, yeah,
very very professional. Shout out to her. All right, let's play it.
Could you hear it?
Zacchaeus, you said you can't hear it?
No.
You can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
All right, let me see what's going on. You can see it visually, but you can't hear the audio.
Can't hear the audio, no.
All right. Let's try to redo this then, because it's fine on my end, but let's try to see why this happened. So let's see why that happened. And then I'm going to have to rewind. Technical difficulties, y'all. We'll get it together.
Yeah.
All right. So try this again. Okay. You can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me know if you can hear it.
There are a lot of people in sports that don't obviously have to go through as much of the conversation around like fame and spotlight as you and your husband have had to. How did being in the spotlight impact your relationship in the early days? Because you guys didn't know how to handle it.
It's a double-edged sword because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that, I think, would be the elephant in the room, is like, I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I did not sign up for that. I also always thought, like, I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like, he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like, I thought I was going to be like the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know. And so it just, like, it was weird. And sports fans are so different than, like, maybe entertainment world fans. And oftentimes it's, like, very ruthless. And so I think I wasn't expecting that either. I remember, like, one time right after my first was born, she was whiny, so I was like, let me just nurse her in the back seat. And Stefan was putting a bike or something in the trunk, and this woman, like, opens the car door and she sticks her head in and she's like, I just wanted to see the baby. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. And she looks me dead in my face and goes, oh, honey, you know what you signed up for. And then, like, shuts the door on me. And I was just crying because I was, like, postpartum. I was just bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, what Like, is this what it's going to be like?
Wow.
And so that the beginning phases were kind of scary for me.
And as a woman, like, did you ever experience any type of like direct scrutiny over just like you or what you looked like or how you were acting?
Oh, all the time. I feel like I still do. And that's okay. But
how did that impact you though early on when you were like, I'm still not equipped to handle this? Because now you're like seasoned. Yes, it affects you, but you now have the tools of like, I've been here before. I know exactly how to handle this moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt.
It was so depressing. And also it was during that time when this like social media thing was just ramping up. And so people were going buck wild. And just spewing opinions on things that didn't warrant opinions. And so I think for a while, yeah, I was very critical of myself because of the things that I was seeing.
It's so hard.
All right. I'm gonna stop it there.
Yeah.
Because okay. Let's kind of walk this through. So he said that she didn't know that he was gonna be okay, well, first she talked about before I get there. She talked about the doors that have been opened for her, and she knows why. But it's her job to make sure that she stays in those rooms, so she has to do her part. She's referring to the fact that she is a Curry because she married into that family. And yes, his name is what kind of helps her with some of these doors that have been opened, right? I mean, at the same time, God is good, but I know what she's trying to say, you know? And then says, you know, she didn't know he was going to be a basketball player because she thought she was going to be the girl getting it, meaning she thought she was going to be the career person. We could tackle that a couple ways. But Zacchaeus, I want to ask you a question. And not that she's saying there's something wrong with that, but what's wrong with not being that? But also still having a marriage that people on the outside, you know, looks respectable. And because he's the basketball player that you thought he wasn't going to be, that you're able to live the lifestyle that you're able to live. And it became mostly because he's the one getting it, quote unquote. And she's the wife.
Right.
I mean, what's exactly wrong with that? I mean, I thought that's what women, you know, I thought that's what all these women on TikTok were asking for.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she didn't know that he was going to be this big NBA superstar. And she thought she did say she thought she'd be the one getting it.
Right. She wanted to be an actress. I want to get that context for the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I do admire with her is that they came up together. They've been together for a very long time.
Yeah.
And she stuck with him when he was not an NBA superstar. Way back then.
Right. And we got to keep in mind. I'm sorry, Zacchaeus. I just want to help your point. We got to keep in mind that he is the son of Del Curry.
Yes.
So he's the son of a pro basketball player.
Yes. It runs in the family. Lineage.
Yeah. Right. So he wasn't Steph Curry from pink houses in Brooklyn.
Nope.
Who, you know, was in the projects. I mentioned that as an example, you know. Yeah. This is not Steph Curry from that life where
he had houses in Brooklyn or
came from the
Park Hill, Staten Island.
Right, came from this ain't Steph Curry from Stapleton who, grew up eating Spam sandwiches and top ramen.
Exactly.
Okay. I just want to make that clear. Even though she didn't, I mean, I'm sure she's seen him play basketball. Mm-hmm. Even if she didn't think that he was going to be this pro basketball player or whatever,
right?
He come from good stock.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zacchaeus. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. But you asked the question there. What is wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. If he would have came a coach, mm-hmm. maybe for a high school, there wouldn't be nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that because we're talking about a healthy marriage, a marriage that people that can set an example for other people that's looking to have a healthy marriage, to be like, or looking to invite somebody into their life so they can look at them as an example or look at others as an example. Steph was a Mrs. Curry, Ayesha Curry. She's more leaning towards that. Like for example, she didn't realize it. Listen, when you don't realize certain things and you been with somebody for that long, and then you came from your first father's a superstar, Del Curry, NBA player, and he came from that kind of lineage. You have it more easier to get into the NBA. All right. You have a more elite way, more than others that came from the rough patch in life. And I think with her interview with that young lady right there, and I think she was just trying to explain that she didn't realize that it would expand it to this big. But my thing is, though, she should, I would say, a spirit of gratitude, more of a spirit of gratitude that she's with somebody decent. She's with somebody that basically compliments her, because he doesn't seem like he bring any trouble, too much trouble at all. And some people, they get kind of complacent when things are very good for them. When things are very good for them, things are very going their way well, and they're going well. So what she should do is talk about other things too, but talk about this is I'm happy about this, and that I'm married to him, and so forth, and so far hopefully we can lead an example as a couple to others that's probably looking to get married, or those out there that she should, but I don't think a person should just say that, well, I'm not getting enough attention, so forth. I'm by other men, and because if you take some certain things you can't take for granted, and I don't think you should take anything for granted. Don't take your spouse for granted. That's good to you. That's by your side. You by your side. You're by his side. She's by your side, and you have your family together, healthy family. Praise God, healthy family together, and it's a blessing. You're both a blessing in each other's lives. Don't take that for granted, because there's many people out there that is searching for love, right? Searching for love, and they can only dream about having that. Somebody that is, forget about the money aspect, but have somebody that compliments you while you're married to them. Yeah.
But Zacchaeus, if she was the girl getting it, as she say,
yeah,
would she had married Steph Curry, the high school basketball coach?
That's a very good question, because, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, it's that some people, they lean on security. They lean on security, and they lean on finances, and the other aspects of security as well too. Like, is he faithful to me, and so forth and so forth. But the question is, if tables were turned, if she was the one that was making, and some women would say, yeah, I would stay with him because he's a good man. But that's determined if that's true or not, because the truth of the matter is, I cannot say most. I gotta cut it in half and say some. And I don't know if she would have done that. I don't know if she would have been like, I'm gonna lean towards, I don't think so. That she would have been like, you know what, he's a good man. Let me just stay by his side. But then again, some people would jump on me and say, well, she's been with him since the early days when he had nothing. She's been with him. But the question is, would she would have been with him if he wasn't this big, if he was just a regular high school basketball coach.
Well,
could have been a possibility, but in many cases, in this day and age, how people's mindset is, I'ma just lean towards no.
Well, let's do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So she was with him. We got to keep in mind there's level steps to get into the NBA.
Oh,
you're a good player in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good player in college.
Yeah.
You go to the NBA and you need to prove exactly what you did in college. So a woman who is with a man from high school is now they didn't date when they was in high school. They knew of each other.
Oh.
But they didn't actually date in high school. Right?
Okay.
So, but that's according to the reports that I'm getting. So they weren't high school sweethearts. Right? But I mean, you know, she had a crush on him, they had a crush on each other, whatever, church family, school, all of that, right? Okay. So the reason why I'm bringing up these steps is because it's very different from acting. So if a woman is dating a man who goes to college basketball, at some point, she's got to think, well, the next thing up is the pros. Let me stick around. Zacchaeus, am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Yes.
So he went to Davidson, North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went to that college, right? Not many people come out of Davidson, so I can understand maybe her thinking, well, shoot, how many people come? I don't know if she did a due diligence. We really don't know that. I don't know. I don't want to underestimate her intelligence, although she's
right.
But that doesn't mean she didn't have some type of study in at least that part of the life, right? So then he gets drafted, and okay, he's drafted. He signed the deal. Now it's up to him to later on become this great player that he is today and win chips that he is today.
Yeah.
Let's just say let's rewind. Let's just say Steph Curry, all he did was play basketball in high school.
Yes.
And didn't go to college and play basketball. He was a high school coach.
Yeah.
Okay. He's still the son of a pro ball player. So he's not broke. Zacchaeus. So let's just so her still being with him is still not a bad thing if he's a good guy, right?
Yeah.
I would say more than likely if he was a high school basketball coach, he probably would have made decent money. I mean, at some point, because he would have coached a high school that is high paying. We're not talking about some public. See, when me and you think of school, we thinking of public school. That don't mean that's where he would work.
PS school, like a public school, Right.
Yeah. Curtis High School, my high school.
Yeah.
Right? I graduated from. See, we thinking that, brother, we got to think about where he come from. He probably could have been a high school basketball coach at a prep school. They don't pay what public schools pay.
They pay more.
So he still would have been not an average man. He was already born to not be an average man because he comes from a son of a basketball player who saved his money.
Right.
Right? Steph Curry would have never been, well, I don't know, but I'm willing to put money on the fact that he never would have been a Pookie or a Ray Ray.
Right.
So he still would have been a decent guy.
Yeah.
And may have had a decent catch to someone, right? As whereas her, let's just say she became the actress we're talking about. And let's just say she never met Steph. She's this high-profile actress. At that point, would she date Steph Curry, the high school basketball coach? I'm asking that question.
Very difficult. Hey, listen, if she was a class A actress, my answer to that would be no. The reason why I say no is because when you think about Halle Berry, you think about these class A legendary class A actresses. They usually date people that's making the same kind of they try to date people that's on this or they're making the same kind of figures they're making, or they try to date somebody that's like it's very rare that you'll find a Denzel Washington or a Samuel Jackson that dated somebody from way back then and they still with them till now. But the female actors and actresses, I really hear them dating somebody from all the way from way back then, and then trying to date them, and then still with them till this day. You don't hear that, brother. So that's why I said no,
brother. Stay right there and say that again, because you are absolutely right. You said you've never seen on the other side a woman who's the star say that she stayed with her man from the beginning who wasn't that and came up. Repeat that again.
I've never seen a class A female actress date somebody from her humble beginnings when she was just starting to being a struggling actress, and it has nothing to do with acting. He's just a guy that she's dating. I've never seen him date that guy all the way until she became a class A actress to a point where she's star-studded and she's still holding his hand. I've never seen it before.
I'm gonna drop it.
See guys like LeBron James, Samuel Jackson, Denzel Washington, they did that.
Because they're the men. Because they're the men, right?
They're the men. Yes, they did that. They did that.
Yes, you seldomly see it on the other side. Maybe somebody could correct us after the show. Yeah, but you're right. I've never seen Halle Berry. You mentioned as a good example because her husbands had names.
Yes.
All the way down from our first husband.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So you're right about that.
Yes.
Okay. So if she would have been Ayesha Curry, the Oscar-winning actress, no, she would have been out here like all the other ones trying to connect with someone on her financial level.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
She wouldn't have been with Steph Curry if he was just content with being a high school basketball coach.
No.
She would have thought, well, I have more options because I have more money. And women think differently than men when it comes to money. Women get money and want a man who got money. Men get money. We don't do all of that.
They want to be a power couple. Some women say, "Oh, I want to be a power couple." So what they do is they try to if they are a professional of some kind of caliber, like as if they're a doctor or some kind of caliber, some kind of profession, and they said that they want to date a man that has that kind of caliber, that kind of money, or that kind of level of money, status, and profession.
For what reasons?
I guess to show off. To show people that have money.
Zacchaeus, would you say that's ego based?
It's more ego based for sure. I've seen.
Stay right there.
Yeah. I see women talk like that. I see women say, "I want to be a power couple," and so therefore they will not date a guy that's a janitor, or date a guy that's a regular security officer, or date a guy that's a custodian, or a guy that's trying to, if that caliber. They're like, no. He's got it at that time. He's got to be a professional that can make him some money. He's got to have some kind of status. He's got to have some kind of leverage. He's got to have that kind of status. And they're not gonna. And some women they call it dating down. I'm not dating down. I want to date up. So I'm not gonna date a guy. I'm not gonna date a guy that's you're a regular small Joe. You're making $50K a year. You're making $50K a year. You're making 50 something, $60K a year or $70K a year. You got to make 100 and better to be with me. And
was that key? Stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, let's just say Steph Curry was a high school basketball coach at a prep high school. I don't know what high school he went to.
Yeah.
But I would imagine he didn't go to no high school. He had a rich father. He didn't go to no Susan Wagner or Curtis High School. I mentioned schools in Staten Island for those who don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't go to that. He didn't go to Lincoln High School. That's in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he still would have been good money. Let's just say if he would have been a basketball coach at a high earning, reputable private high school. I mean, like I said, they pay different money. You know what I'm saying? So he probably would have been all right. I don't know if they pay $1 million a year, but he would have been okay. And understand, high school basketball coach could lead to a college basketball coach. Now they pay money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he may not have been, let's just say if he wasn't Steph Curry, the Olympic gold medalist, NBA champion that he is today, right? Got his own shoe and everything with Under Armour, owns a piece of the company, by the way.
Wow.
Right? Let's just say he wasn't that. He still would have been, it's possible that he still would have been a decent person with a really good career because, like I said, high school basketball coach, college basketball coach, and maybe an NBA basketball coach.
Yes.
Okay. There's a ladder, right? And his father would have did the best in his ability to hook him up with the right people to make sure his son was right because, like I said, he's the son of Del Curry.
Del Curry, yeah.
So Steph Curry did not grow up like me and you. Okay? And Ayesha had to seen that.
She's seen that, yeah.
Right. Now, okay. So that's there. Zacchaeus, I hear what you're saying. I'm not blocking what you're saying at all. I'm just keeping things in perspective. Everything you said was right. And yes, we can't always just say, well, no, she probably wouldn't. But very likely, if we're going by what we see statistically, more than likely, that probably wouldn't have happened. And sadly, she probably would have, well, let me just take it off Ayesha. Women who have a trajectory of what we're talking about where they become the star, you will see in a lot of ways that they left their men at some point.
Yeah.
Because they elevated. But Samuel Jackson never left his wife. Denzel Washington never left his wife. LeBron James never left his wife. Steph Curry never left his wife.
Nope.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Never left. Still by their side. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I play one more clip from her?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do this because Lord Jesus. Here's the one I despise, dog. Boy.
Yeah.
Peep this one. We talked about this off air.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves, but me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, this sounds weird, but male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it and I'm is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not even looking. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
oh my God. I mean,
because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that someone's looking.
But
That
when your
could get
radar
dangerous.
is turned off.
If you don't want it, why are you talking about it? Yes, this is an old clip. And you see the woman sitting next to Ayesha Zacchaeus?
Yeah.
Guess who that is?
Oh no.
I'll finish it. That's Steph Curry's mother.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this whole time years ago, she said they're sitting next to Steph Curry's mother. I'll play some more.
Right, you're beautiful. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband.
And I want to ask a question there. All of you made the decision not to travel.
Okay. That's it for that. Zacchaeus.
Why mention it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you never, yes, this is old, but we brought this clip up because we got to understand this isn't the first time, man, that she's said something. Ladies, you have to be very careful with saying certain things because, especially if your man is sought after, you actually make him more of a target. Because now women say, things ain't all roses with this woman. She's not satisfied. Well, if he married me, he ain't got to worry about me getting on platforms and talking about him. Let me see if I can slide in his DMs.
That's exactly what they're thinking.
Am I telling the truth, Zacchaeus?
Those are facts. Yeah, because they look at it this way. Some women, they see, oh, wait a minute, there's trouble in paradise, right?
Yep.
So when they see trouble in paradise, and some women, they look at, wow, he's a prize. Steph Curry's a prize. So therefore, if it's trouble in paradise, like you said, let me slip in this DM because that means I can easily slip in this DM because she's not satisfied with him, or she takes him for granted, and you don't want to do that.
Zacchaeus, what she said earlier about the girl in the car, opened it and said,
yes.
you know what you signed up for?
Mm-hmm.
That's the shark in the water, man.
Yeah. You know what you signed up for. You were the rich NBA player. You know what you signed up for. Yes.
And when women see that, this is what they think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
You know, so you make your marriage vulnerable for somebody to be in asunder between y'all. Ooh, that's scriptural.
Oh yeah. Hello. Yeah,
you know, you give keys to another woman to usurp your position.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A usurper is someone who wants to now be the ruler of something. So they usurp the powers of the government or the kingdom that stands.
Yeah.
And in that marriage, she's the wife to the husband. So a woman would want to usurp that position so that she could be Steph Curry's next wife or his side chick.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are women that would, whether she believes this or not, there are women who would want to trade places with her. So even though she sit up here saying that, you know, like early in the interview, she says she never wanted to get married. That's fine. I'm not saying that she can't say that at one point of her life she never wanted to get married. But the thing is, you got to be careful because if you're feeling like now you don't have this life that you thought you was gonna have with you being the star, then you shouldn't have ever married the man. If that's the case.
Right.
And like I said before, I thought women on the internet, and maybe I'm jaded, but I thought women on the internet were asking for this type of man. Zacchaeus, am I missing something?
Nope.
There were women out here asking for Steph Curry's. Oh, I want a man of God. Who's 6 feet?
6'4".
Right, exactly. Steph is 6'3", 6'4", whatever he is, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He's the height y'all want. He's the complexion y'all want.
Yep.
He got the color eyes y'all want.
Yep.
He's the money y'all want.
Yep.
But then you still wonder why you ain't getting male attention from other men? Really?
Hello.
You know what a wise woman would, you know what a wise wife would have said in that moment? I don't want attention from nobody else. Are you kidding me? I'm good. I'm good with what I got.
Right. I don't know. You
figure
that should be satisfied.
Right. So Zacchaeus, it answers this question. Other men who say they don't want to get married, look at examples like this, because they'll say, "Dang, I could be all of this, and my wife still get on a podcast with a woman who had an entanglement with her husband, and say some stuff like, I don't want the attention, but it'd be nice to have it." And Ayesha Curry is an attractive woman.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So there are men who would want her.
Right.
So and Steph's, as a husband, he's gotta hear all of that.
Right.
And Jada was right. Yeah, you know who knows that? Your husband sure does. But guess what, Zacchaeus? Could you imagine if a man would have got on let's just say a male version of Red Table Talk. Let's say he got on Black Table Talk.
Right.
And he was married to the star. Right. He said, "Yo, man, I don't get women in my DMs, man. I don't want it, but it'd be nice to have it." What would the reaction be, Zacchaeus?
Yo, that brother would have so much heat coming his way from women and maybe some men, but women, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you adulterous, call them all type of names in the book. Mm-hmm. You're adulterous, you son of a this and you that, and you don't know how you have a good, beautiful woman there, and you don't even know how to treat. He won't hear the last of it. He'll be crucified. You won't hear what I said. He won't hear the last of it. He won't hear the last of it. Yeah,
exactly. That's the double standard here.
Mm-hmm.
So the woman can say what she wants. And she mentioned, there are people who have opinions that she don't think people should have it. Ayesha, you made it our business. We're doing a talk show, so we're talking about it. I don't really care, but for the sake of podcasting, we're speaking about it.
Yeah,
Ayesha, you can say whatever you want, but you brought this on yourself, and you brought this on Steph. So now people are looking at Steph like he ain't even a man. So now you're bringing shame to the very union hood that that should have been unprovoked.
Yeah,
you got men out here saying that Steph Curry married the wrong woman, and I can't blame them on podcasts.
On podcasts, yeah.
Now there's his peers too. Do you know that Patrick Beverly, former basketball player? He talked about it. He was like, "Yo, your girl for everybody." So he ain't a podcaster. So that's what I'm saying. This is why. How come people don't know how to be quiet, man? It's like you thought these things. That's one thing, but you got on a public platform, and now we all know. It's none of our business, but then you make it our business.
Right.
That's why men think. That's why men feel that it's more honorable. And men, we could mess up our own brand, because if you're a man getting on there talking about your wife and you get cooked, so be it. You brought that on yourself.
Yes.
But if you're not doing that, then you're an honorable man. If you're a woman who's not talking about your husband, you're an honorable woman. But if you're getting on platforms, your famous husband, or even non-famous, because this ain't about fame. The average earning married couple could bring problems into their marriages when they talk about their spouses like this.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not honorable to do that. This is very shameful. You're supposed to protect your wife by not airing dirty laundry, and a wife protects her husband by doing the same thing.
Do the same thing. Yes.
It seems like the art of that is lost in this modern day era, and it looks bad when it's on a person like this that kids look up to. Kids look up to Steph Curry for a couple reasons. The way he plays basketball, and also he's marketable to families.
Yes.
He's not Dennis Rodman. He's not Charles Barkley.
That's right.
Okay. He's not even Draymond Green, his teammate.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Steph don't have scandals attached to his name.
He doesn't. No.
He's more marketable than LeBron James in terms of his character, not in terms of like his celebrity, because LeBron James, LeBron is LeBron. But I'm just saying, in terms of like his character and everything good attached to his name, Steph Curry looks like an angel compared to a lot of these basketball players, man.
He has a clean reputation.
Okay. Until we get to his wife. So he had all of that going for him until his wife spoke time after time after time after time, embarrassing that man. Now, I saw another show where someone was like, yo, I think men should chill on this because if Steph ain't bugging about it, then why are we? Here's my thing. I'm not mad at that. I'm talking about the example it sets. Me personally, I'm not going to teach men that this is okay for your wife to do. I'm going to teach men the other example, because Savannah James is not talking about LeBron like that. Well, at least I haven't seen it. Okay?
Right.
Denzel Washington's wife is not talking about Denzel like this.
You never, yeah.
Samuel Jackson's wife. I mean, if anything, I'm going to have the men say, okay, yeah, he may not be surprised about his wife, but I would say, hey, brother, really, you don't want to end up like Steph when it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I would say don't follow Steph on. It's okay to admire the way he played ball and the business side of him and the way he protects his marriage, him. That's one thing. But I would never tell him that he should model you shouldn't model your marriage after nobody, but I definitely wouldn't tell him to look at that example. I would tell him to look at examples where nobody's embarrassing anybody.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, when you come out and you make content. You see, when you talk and you have a famous husband, and when you come up with these comments are powerful. You don't think that people can be making money off of you? When you make comments, all these podcasters are going to make content around it. And they're going to make content around it. They're going to talk about it, make people view it. And then the word is going to spread that you're not satisfied. So you got to be careful how you move. And like what you said, if I'm piggyback what you said, man, the protection. And when you tamper with the protection, and when you expose, and when some certain things are not meant to be exposed in public. Certain things are not meant to be aired out. That you feel like because something is missing when you tell people that I'm missing the attention of men. What's wrong? There's something wrong with me. That is saying that you're not really satisfied. You're not satisfied with what you have, or sometimes you can just take it for granted. Take it for granted because you don't even listen. You can get on all these talk shows or podcasts. To me personally, you should be pushing your own business. And if when you're pushing your own business and you have things going for yourself, you have products that you're pushing and things going for your health, you think you have time to talk about your husband, about you're not being satisfied with men watching you. I mean, men are not watching you, and you're wondering why they're not watching you. I like it when a woman says, you know what? Yeah, I'm Steph Curry. Yeah, I'm Steph Curry's wife, but I have my own venture that I'm doing. I have my own venture I'm doing. I have my own makeup business that I'm doing. I have my own clothing line, or I have my own perfume line, or I have my own. If you're busy like that, do you really think you have time to be like, man, why these guys are not giving me any attention? I don't think so. And that's why you got to be careful what you say, be careful how you move, because people can make videos on it and they can create so much stuff around it. You'd be surprised to know. Some people believe it.
we all have some insecurities, but she did say that was an insecurity of her, but that's an insecurity that has a thirst. And if that's not contained, and I know she said that years ago, she may still desire that now.
Right.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I got something queued up. And then we're gonna end the show with this. But man, it's a dirty game out here, man. I feel for the men out there. I mean, I'm not married either. But I feel for the men out there that see stuff like this and know that, yo, even if I chase the bag is not protecting me from my wife getting on camera talking like this.
Wow.
Right. So it just involves some more high end vetting. You just gotta do a lot, and then you may have to make a decision at some point. I don't want to get it. All right, let me play this clip. This is from the Peef Network. I want to give JR a shout out to this podcast. So it's from the Peef Network. This is what I want to play real quick.
In my comments saying if we focus on ourselves in our 20s, nobody's gonna want us because we're gonna be too old. The gag is we don't want y'all no more. That's the point of the video. That old school saying applied when y'all were providers, okay? We were taught at a young age to secure a family and a husband for stability only. Please don't think women's primary goal is to have a man and have a family. That is back in the day when you guys were head of household. However, now we are head of household. And to be honest, y'all not too fun to be around. Y'all not that cute or aesthetically pleasing. As women, we are the financial stability. That's why we're not too pressed on being with men right now and having kids. How would that benefit us? If anything, we're going to take on more responsibility in the household, and we also are going to have to take time off to bear children. So until y'all go back to being a providers, I guarantee you, y'all are not on our priority list. Until y'all able to take care of y'allselves and the family, leave us alone, because we irritated.
Okay, so if you don't have kids, sister.
Let me stop it right there, Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus, you know what? Let's play this again. Maybe I missed something. Let's play this one more time. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord, help us. Fix it, Jesus. That's what I heard from what's her name. She said that.
In my comments saying if we focus on ourselves in our 20s, nobody's gonna want us because we're gonna be too old. The gag is we don't want y'all no more. That's the point of the video. That old school saying applied when y'all were providers, okay? We were taught at a young age to secure a family and a husband for stability only. Please don't think women's primary goal is to have a man and have a family. That is back in the day when you guys were head of household. However, now we are head of household. And to be honest, y'all not too fun to be around. Y'all not that cute or aesthetically pleasing. As women, we are the financial stability. That's why we're not too pressed on being with men right now and having kids. How would that benefit us? If anything, we're going to take on more responsibility in the household, and we also are going to have to take time off to bear children. So until y'all go back to being a providers, I guarantee you, y'all are not on our priority list. Until y'all able to take care of y'allselves and the family, leave us alone, because we irritated.
Okay, so if you don't have and you not married.
Okay. Zacchaeus. There's more, but we're just going to walk this through.
Yeah. Well. Mrs. Attitude.
I want you to speak, but let me say this, right, real quick, very quick. I want to quote her. She said, we were taught at an early age to only marry to secure family, to secure families financially and protection only. Zacchaeus, your response to that clip?
This woman right here, man, I mean, yo, listen, this is a big red flag for a lot of guys. Big time.
Yes.
She is leaning on finances hard, saying that we are not appealing. We're not desirable because for the longest time, women had the secured finances, so they don't need a man. If the world, they had to depend on her, the human race would be extinct.
Checkmate.
Because the thing is that she's saying that, she's saying that, oh, we don't need you no more. We don't need the men no more. Now, there's such thing called companionship, where people, it's not just leaning on the bag, not just leaning on finances and what I can cover, but leaning on, let's love each other, let's enjoy each other's company, let's embrace each other, and just, you're like I said, you're an addition to my world. You shouldn't be a subtraction to my world. And for her to just come up and say that, it's like, she's beautiful, but I ain't no guy knocking. With an attitude like that, you're gonna be alone with cats in your house or your apartment for a very long time, my lady.
Did you hear what I said?
It ain't gonna come down where and with an attitude like that, I'm gonna be knocking on your door. It's not gonna happen. You may look good on the outside, and they say, "Oh, well," but you see, if your inside is with an attitude and your character is not appealing to a lot of men, because men hear this and they listen to you, they're like, "Oh, we're not attractive. Oh, we're not this and we're not that. Oh, you don't want us anymore? Okay, you may be beautiful, but guess what? Like, we're looking like this, like the main source song. I'm looking at the front door. We don't want to deal with you. We don't even want to, nobody's gonna be knocking on your door." Those are the type of women that, fifth, they be hugging their pillow at night, putting the pillow between their legs at night, and because of their attitude, come home to an empty place, and for the longest time, even if a guy's trying to court you or date you, he's gonna look at that attitude and be like, you know what? It's best that even if he's part of the 1% and he's well-to-do, he's gonna look at that attitude and be like, no, I am not marrying you. Nope.
Did you hear what I said?
Nope. I don't even want to date you. Oh no. No. You may look appealing, but it's more than meet the eyes. Like what the Temptation song says, beauty is just skin deep. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, let's play some more. Yeah.
Sister, and you're not married, please take that off the top of your list of things to do in this lifetime. There is so much more to life. The marriage is going to come. The kids are going to come, and they're going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not 30 and up, marriage and kids are still very much so in your foreseeable future. Even if you 30, I really say 40 for real. Like 40 is probably like some of the latter years, but it doesn't have to be your only goal and aspiration in life. What are your career goals? What are your financial goals? Where do you want to travel? What do you want to experience and do prior to bringing children into this world? What do you desire to experience and do prior to getting married? Okay, there's a lot of beauty in those single seasons as well as those seasons of just being boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know why so many people just downplay that. They act like boyfriend and girlfriend is not a thing anymore. And I get it, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend's not in the Bible for those who feel like, you know, it's supposed to be marriage or nothing. But in my honest opinion, just enjoy every phase that you're at. You don't have to rush to get any of this stuff. It's going to be there. Okay, there's kids that are going to be there down the line. You don't got to rush to have kids in your early 20s. And trust me, if you do, you are going to regret it. You're going to be looking up like, damn, I should have lived in some of my 20s. I should have chased my dreams and did some of the things that I wanted to do. But I sacrificed my 20s because I was rushing, you know, to do grown folks things. And I could have been, you know, outside just living carefree. But now I'm responsible for the life of another human and my priorities have shifted significantly. Okay.
Majority of men in America earn less than $80,000.
Okay. I didn't really have much of a hold on.
Shifted significantly. Okay.
Okay, so Zacchaeus, I don't really have a lot to take away from that clip because she didn't say anything like too crazy. You know, but yeah, if you're someone you're not married and you don't have any kids, this is what I'm gonna take from that clip, right? She said what she said, but really, it's really about just really knowing what you want in life. I didn't see her she didn't just disrespect a gender. She didn't do the gender war conversation with her clip, or at least I didn't hear it. So I'm okay with that. That's why I really don't have much to say about that. But the girl in the beginning, the first clip, she was wild. She was wilding. And, you know, now the whole thing about her saying, well, you know, you could have been outside or whatever, there's two ways to look at that. Well, if you're not a responsible person, then you being outside can cause unwanted pregnancies and diseases. Mm-hmm. So be careful what you teach on that end, sister. But just know that in your 20s you don't have to rush. But if you're in your 20s and you do want marriage and kids, that should be something that should be acceptable as well. So we don't want to speak against people in their 20s who do want that. And we don't want to speak against those who don't want that in their 20s. I was one of them. I'd be a hypocrite if I came at people because in my 20s, I ain't want no wife, no kids. I didn't want that. Right. To be honest with you. But because the circumstance that I was under was because things weren't going too well for me. So that's why I didn't want that. It was more of a safety thing because kids don't actually be brought into this world. And I didn't want to bring a wife in my struggles. So that's why I didn't have a wife and kids in my 20s. And now I'm almost 40, you know, but it's just the fact that, you know, that's different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to say about that? Because then I'm going to play the next clip and then we're going to really just get down to it.
Yeah. She's right about that. It's more to life than just knowing your goals. And the main thing that I like what you know what you want in life. That's a big factor. Know what you want in life. Do you want to get married? Are you looking for love? Are you looking to settle down? Are you looking for a companion? Are you looking for marriage? And there's people like her that said, I don't want it because we have everything we need. I'm leaning this is towards the young lady in the beginning, not the girl wearing the red, but and she's saying that I don't need a man. Simple, she's saying as simple as that. To each his own, to each his own, but don't just think that everybody thinks like you. Not everybody thinks like you, because if they, like I said before, they thought like you, where's the next generation gonna be? And they thought like you. So there's some people that want a marriage, want a successful marriage, want to be in a beautiful marriage, happy, beautiful marriage. They want that. They're looking for that. There's some people that want to not just think about just money, 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 but they want more than that. They want more. They want the security, meaning that they don't want just to lean on the money, but they want the security thing. The security meaning that they want the full scope, the full scoop. Yes, I want to marriage, the children, the marriage life, relationship life. What God put together, let no man put asunder. That type of life. So, and that's what the girl in the, I think that's what the girl in the red was saying too as well. You know, get yourself together, get your life together, get things together, get your situation together, and you gotta want more than just material things. You know, if you want just material things, then you lean on just material things, then you'll be eating ice cream and bonbons and watching Pop the Balloon and watching Pop the Balloon, or watching one of those reality shows and wondering why a dude is not texting you to come see you, or slide into your DM on your social media because they just seen the video that you just shared. They're like, oh, let me see her video. Oh no, she's beautiful, but I'm a backup. I'm a backup on that one. Yeah. Looks like she has an attitude. Yeah. You know what? On second thought, that's it.
Right. Here you're pinging on this next clip.
Majority of men in America earn less than $80,000 a year, meaning that majority of men in America are average earners. Majority of households in America are two-income households. So yes, you know what that means? It means that you are likely going to have to get with an average earning man, and together you guys are going to build and accumulate wealth together. That is what lots of successful, happy married couples have done. That is not promoting struggle love. That is reality. I'm sorry, I'm going to continue to preach about reality because Shira has many of you living in a fictional narrative where there are enough rich men to go around, and one of them is just going to come and swoop you off your feet and pay all of your bills. I'm sorry. Stop looking for a savior in a man.
The first girl just talking about the niggas that she has access to. She would never say that about the men that she actually wants. And when women have those talking points, it's only because they can't get those men. They only have access to men they don't want and not the ones they do. Because if she had access to the men that she wanted, she wouldn't be single. She wouldn't have that mindset because she'd have a man who'd be giving her all the things that she wants. The idea that a woman having to date an average guy, an average woman have to date an average guy is wrong. It's crazy to me. Because if you do get with average man, at least y'all are splitting shit, because the idea of, or if for what she said to be true, which was if she gets with a man, she's going to be taking on more responsibility. That's just not mathematically possible, because we're not saying that women don't get with men and start taking care of them. On average, I'd say 90% of the time, a woman doesn't get with the man and make him better. She doesn't get with the man and make his financial burden easier. She gets with the man and gives him companionship, company, and all the other household shit. The way these women talk, when you look at them, they're always single and overfucked and underloved. And that's how they come to this point. So she's gonna wait till she's 40.
Sorry about the language, Joe. I didn't realize he was cussing like that. Parental discretion is advised for my younger audience. But yeah,
where she'll still be pretty, and just think now she's gonna go find a man who's gonna take up with it, like come save her from her 40-year-old life of, she's saying, collecting first, second, third dates and the dick that comes with it.
Thanks.
Well.
The thing about it, at first, I thought that was Ray at first when I first looked at her, man. Dang. Yeah.
What part specifically made you think it was right?
The rhetoric.
Let's talk about the part of it.
Never mind. No, don't even answer.
You funny. Okay. You funny as shit, bro. You funny. You funny.
But as far as the conversation, man, look, these ladies act like all women are beautiful. We know, ladies. Y'all don't think there's no ugly women in the world. All these women are beautiful, some form of fashion. Now, maybe some of you beautiful women could probably get away with some of the things they talk about. Maybe y'all can. But in reality, y'all won't. 85% of y'all ugly than a motherfucker. What is your exterior or your interior? Because you got an ugly personality that makes you look shitty. So if that's the case, what makes you think you're gonna get lucky enough to get that man? Look, ain't too many steps around. Real dope about to get married, so he gonna be off the market here. He ain't gonna be able to come save your ass. Unless Ayesha Curry decided to divorce that man, he ain't on the market either. Unless you want to be a plan B chick. And some of you have us, that's all you're worthy enough is being a plan B chick. You're not good enough for the title of a wife. Damn, you should be called a side whore. That's your titles for most of you heifers. Now, unless that's what y'all want to be, y'all ain't gonna get it. So you're gonna have to settle for something. Whatever it is, whether it's the average earning man or below average man, or you want that thug dude. Good luck with that shit. Good luck.
Wow.
Zacchaeus, can you following what he said, can you quote the famous line, God rest her soul, your mother used to say to you about pickiness?
Oh, yeah. You're gonna pick until you find nothing. That's a fact. Because in a way, I agree with the young lady that said that some of these women are living delusional. The 1% man is gonna choose her, fly all these see your beautiful women, and then look for you. And she's the average man, average woman. I believe in when you're married, you're supposed to pull your resources together to build something together. Pull it together, build something, support each other, with each other's endeavors. I believe that. Now, the brother, man, yeah. But you want the thug dude, you know. Yeah, you can pick, and some of these girls they be saying they want this, they want that, they want this, they want that, and then they pick what's it called, the Pookie and Ray Ray down the road. I mean, like sometimes they pick them, they lean and they pick them. I'm like,
Zacchaeus, most women that I know never end up with what they say they wanted. So they'll a lot of them will say, "Oh, well, this is the guy this is my type," right? They'll say this is their ideal guy.
Yeah.
Then when they introduce said guy, he's not even a fraction of what they was describing.
No. They'll look over the guy that's working hard, that's really working hard, working on his craft, have a 9 to 5. He has a 9 to 5. He's working, but he's working on his craft on the side. He's building himself up. He has a prayer life. He's a decent. He has integrity. He carries himself very well. He's clean cut. They'll look over him. They'll look him over because they say, "This is what I want. I want a good man." And then next thing you know, when you think that they were a good man, the dude he's wilding out, bringing drama to her life, having a dude on the side, having a girl on the side. She's checking his phone every minute. And I said, "Wait a minute, I thought you said you want a good dude." Oh, you choose dude, but you choosing him? Oh, okay. And then when they're done with all of that, and they're done with all getting worn out, and then they hit a certain age, and now They want the decent guy. Yeah. That's sometimes how it goes. And then when they finally find a decent guy, that decent man, been married for the last 20 years or 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're going to end it here.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts before we go? I really don't have one.
No, I'm good. I'm good with mine too. Yeah.
There we go. Zacchaeus, man, let the people know where they can reach you, man.
Listen, you can reach me on Instagram, Zacchaeus B73 on Instagram, Wayne Backus Gospel on Instagram as well. Also, TikTok, Wayne Zacchaeus Backus on TikTok. Also, check out my YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel. Check it out. Zacchaeus Gospel Soca. Check out that YouTube channel. Also, check out Facebook, Wayne Backus 167 on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Man, I just realized this whole time when we was recording, the old banner from episode 10 was up. So I don't want to confuse people. This is episode 11, y'all.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I didn't realize it was at the bottom. Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. They're probably like, yo, I was talking about this last week. No, the ticker is wrong. That was from last week. This is episode 11, season 6, episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all can get at me at the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, on YouTube channel. Fifth General TV is the platform that Mrs. Z and Fifth is on. Videos, podcasts. You know, you can get Spotify, iTunes, all of that. Mrs. Z and Fifth podcast. I'm on TikTok, Fifth General TV on TikTok. All right, we're gonna get out y'all next episode. This was another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth. Peace and God bless.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yeah.